Yo, welcome to another episode of More to the Game. This your boy Ron right here with my co-host Courtside Ross, and we're gonna talk about some things that's going on around the basketball world. Not too much, but there are some interesting things going on. You got players catching COVID, you got players opting out, you got top teams that may be missing best players, so we don't know what may be going on. So we're gonna discuss whether this should take place or not take place. Going right into it. You have Malcolm Brogdon, you have A.B. Bradley, you have Nikola Jokic. You have all these guys, other guys that are either got COVID or not thinking about playing. Now, these are all guys that are on teams that are in playoff contention, quote unquote. And and these guys are pivotal guys. Nikola Jokic is the best player in Denver, right? Malcolm Brogdon has been a top 15, top 20 point guard this season in the NBA. He's been legit holding it down for Indiana through Victor Oladipo injury. So, these things happen and occurring for us not to be able to get the playoffs in a full form, for us not to be able to get players where they need to be at. I'm not sure we should be continuing the NBA season as of right now. A week ago, I believe that we should, but right now I'm having my ups and downs with it. My inconsistencies with it. So, speaking upon your thoughts, Ross, what do you think that we should be going on in the future when it comes to the NBA season?
Like I reiterated last week, I feel like our season should still persist. I don't know what regulations the NBA has going on and what plans they have in action to make sure that the season goes on. But I feel like I said last week, the 22 teams that are playing should play, and the 8 teams that aren't playing should advocate. I feel the same way. Now, with the COVID situation, we don't know if we're going to have a cure or any type of vaccinations for the next 6-8 months or to a year. Yeah. So why continue to push a season back when we don't even know what's going to happen in the future? We don't know if they can even come back in January. There are people talking about it's going to be a second wave. We don't know if it's going to be a second wave. Dr. Fauci has also said that vaccinations could persist at the end of the year. So with all the speculation going on, why not just have a season? Because next year we might not have a season. Even with college basketball and everything, we might not have a season. So in terms of the NBA and the NBA's future, it could hurt the NBA by having a season and people actually getting sick. Or what if a player actually dies from it? I mean, we've already had players' moms and stuff die from the virus. So I understand some people not wanting to play, but I feel like this is somebody's profession. They make millions of dollars, and it needs to go on and happen eventually at some point.
I think money doesn't imply in this. Money is on the other end of it than the players' end. Like I don't think the players are more, even though the ones that do maybe not have the big paydays, they may have a little bit of money management situations they may have right now. But at the same time, I look at it like this: you get a vaccination, then it's safe to come out for those that want to be vaccinated. That becomes a whole other different situation then. So it's already a second wave of COVID already hitting already, especially down here in the South. It's running through right now. The thing is that the reason I feel like a season should not occur is because on top of the COVID, you have if it's like, okay, we need, it's not going to go away. It's like a flu. It's going to be around permanently, right? It's going to be around permanently. So until everybody's vaccinated, which is 7 billion people in the world, right? So that's not going to happen. But the thing is that until there's a safe place where we know that COVID cannot exist, and if it's a safe place where we know that that the NBA players and everybody else are able to get in the top security, the top treatment, the top protection, to be able to entertain us, because that's all it comes down to, then, okay, fine, we think about proceeding the season, but can you guarantee that? Because what you're going to do is you're going to put players in a bubble. So for 3 months, they can't go anywhere. They can't be with their families. They can't have a life outside of basketball. And that's torment. So I'm not sure if the freedom of basketball, the freedom of the NBA, why people love the NBA is the freedom of the game. It's the most free game that you have from every other sport, major sport. You can wear anything you want to wear in NBA basketball. You can have your hair any kind of way you want to have your hair. Your clothes can be wherever you want to be. It's the culture of sports. It's the culture of the world, right? It represents the culture, which is what we, it's the black culture. It represents that, right? So to make it be an entrapment to the players is so unfair. That's unfair. And it's unfair for entertainment, but it's unfair to say, oh, well, you get paid millions of dollars, right? Here we are with these nurses and these doctors that are front line, that don't get paid that money, but don't have a choice to go to work, right? They go. Mm-hmm. That's not entertainment. That's life. This is entertainment. This is nothing but entertainment. This is a game. This is a real life game. Now, we're passionate about it because we love it, and we're passionate about it because we're competitive people and our nature. But at the end of the day, this is a game, right? And a game can go on another time. And the reason why I feel like it needs to go on another time right now, whether or not I felt before, is because people's lives are on the line. You have players who will be in contact with certain things just from now until they move to Orlando. Because you can get it in July 19th and bring it to the people there, right? So your kids and everybody else is around. It puts too much life in danger. And I understand the NBA wants to get it going because the NBA, to me, is the best league in the world. And at the same time, I do think that Adam Silver and everybody else really care about the players and really care about what's going on outside of the basketball. They really care about the racial injustice that's going on in the world. I believe that wholeheartedly. But right now, what's trying to go on right now is nothing but a project. They don't even know how this is going to work out. They're just trying to see how this is going to work out. They don't need to be done. So let's say they started, right? 3 weeks they started. Major players get, not injured, but just major players, because injury is part of the game. But major players get sick in the COVID. Or, like Jerry Dudley was saying, the soft tissues, which takes months to develop, you get soft tissue issues, which is hamstrings and glutes and all that other stuff that comes with injuries, where you picking up a fast-paced sport, not stretching before you work out, and not being in mid-game season form trying to play on. But you have teams like.
I agree with you. I agree with everything you just said. Let's just throw that out there. The Jared Dudley situation, I have a different type of approach on. I agree with Pat Beverly on that.
I agree with Pat Beverly on that too. I believe
because
that
this is a
and
12-month sport.
Was,
so, I mean, if that's the case, then this is the way I look at it. If he wants to make that point, then for somewhere like in Florida or somewhere, you should already be a better athlete than somebody up north or in Chicago or Maine or something like that.
You should already be in shape in general.
Because it's already your soft tissues and all that, it gets injured when it's cold outside, and so it kind of persists in that way. So I understand a lot of NFL players, that's more of an NFL player's injury. Hamstrings and tweaking and all of that stuff.
Yeah, I agree with Pat B on the overall. I believe what Pat B saying, that basketball is your sport, all the way around sport. You got to stay in shape, which is true. And Jerry Dudley ain't been in shape since he was in Boston College. but my thing is that I feel like you have these teams like the Clippers. You may even have the Bucks, who may be in sync. Okay, we're going to play. All of us are going to play. All of us are ready to play. And Pat B, about just not even just this quote, but other stuff he's been saying before. Even when he said LeBron will say be playing, be quiet. He wants to play because this is the Clippers' best chance to win a championship. Clippers are our top 2, top 3 team to win a ship, right? Mm-hmm. So to hear anything from his mouth is kind of like, okay, of course you want to play. You in position to win a championship. Of course LeBron wants to play. He's in position to win a championship. Giannis, position to win a championship. Maybe James Harden and Russell Westbrook, because they can get hot. Position to win a championship.
Absolutely.
Everybody else is not in position. It's just entertainment. It ain't real. Portland not winning shit. Nobody else, none of these teams is winning shit. They're not beating none of those 4 teams I just mentioned to you. None of the best 4 teams in the league. And I throw in Toronto because I rock with Toronto. Other than that, who's doing something? Maybe Boston? Maybe? That's a maybe on Boston. I like Boston, but it's a big maybe on Boston. Right? All these teams coming in with all these question marks. All these teams coming in with all these what ifs. What if we do this? What if this, what if that? And if you can't get the top teams to commit, every player to commit to play, then it's not worth playing, because obviously it's something more than money that these guys don't want to play for. And we, on the other end, don't know anything about the politics or the calls or the emails that these guys receive about why not to go forward with NBA.
So are you saying that they shouldn't play until it's 85 to 100% safe to play?
I say you do not play until you are in position where the COVID has some kind of more containment than it has right now. Like,
what if that is not until June of 2021? How do you feel about that? So then the soft tissues and everything that you're telling me about is even worse. Then now I understand what you're saying, but these are athletes. These are top condition athletes. Athletes have to play. I mean, they have to play. You can't continue to push something back because of everything that's going around the world.
Right, but you play and you do it, and they drop down. They're not playing anymore. Right?
I agree with a lot of things you're saying.
Yeah, but top athlete get the COVID, nobody want to watch that shit, man.
No, I feel you, but what I'm telling you is that we don't know when it's going to end. So you continue to push something back, and months and months and months.
You have a vaccination, right?
But it's been speculation that might not even come to summer next year.
At that point, it becomes optional then, right? Now you're saying, well, if you don't want to play and we got a vaccination and you don't want to play, then you can get the hell on. Right now, consequences should come from that. I'm not getting vaccinated. Shit, I don't give a fuck what nobody's talking about. But my thing, as far as like on that level, because like you said, this is millions of dollars. So if I was an NBA player and I was getting paid millions of dollars, yeah, I would get a vaccination. Most definitely, I will.
Mm-hmm.
But as who I am and what I am and what I do, I'm not getting a vaccination. I'm not required to be around men and sweating all day. I'm not required to travel on airplanes and go into lands and other territories we don't know where these people been at. I'm not sleeping in hotels where we don't know who was there before. Right? I'm not doing that. So I don't have to do that. But if I was doing a job that requires for me to be that and I'm getting paid what I am getting paid, then by the time we have a vaccination, if you don't want to take the shot, which is fine, I'm not knocking any NBA player that does not want to take it. I'm just saying at that point, new agreements and new arrangements can then be set. But right now, bro, outside of the Lakers, the Clippers, the Bucks, Boston, the Raptors, and the Rockets, nobody else damn near shouldn't be playing, if that's the case, because everybody else doesn't even matter. It's just entertainment. And who else winning? Who out of them teams? Who else winning?
I can't think of nobody else. I think there could be some upsets. I think there could be some upsets where one of those teams can go home early. But out of those teams, as you said, one of those teams is still going to win it. So
exactly. And the only team that probably can go home early out of all those teams we named is maybe Boston and Houston. Maybe.
Rockets. I was it. But I have high hopes on with the Rockets as well too, though. So
I think the Rockets can get to the Western Conference Finals with the
I think Dallas could be a dangerous team.
I think the Rockets
get to the championship.
Honestly, if we're gonna be honest, the Rockets are not a better team than the Clippers, but they're dangerous to play the Clippers. That's a dangerous matchup for the Clippers because they have that speed and the guards, the perimeter scoring that the Lakers do not have outside of LeBron James that puts pressure on everybody. And I like Pat B, but James Harden cook Pat B ass every goddamn time. You feel Russell Westbrook? You don't want to see that for 7 games. I'm sorry, just don't want to play that for 7 games.
I mean, the Clippers can play that 5-out ball as well too, though.
I think the Clippers wins the matchup. I just think
absolutely. I knew that.
I just think that the Rockets have a great team that matches with the Clippers.
They do match up well with them,
and that's why they won 2-1 during the season with them because they have that style, which is that up and down style. Right? Mm-hmm. So the small ball, the way the Lakers can beat the Clippers is small ball, but the Clippers put the small ball in to make the Lakers defensive liability. Rockets can play the small ball and got the scoring to keep up with the small ball. Mm-hmm. That's how so far what we have seen. That's what probably works for beating the Clippers. But at the same time, none of that stuff matters if these guys are not doesn't feel 100% safe in playing the game. This is what we lacking at, and
I agree.
It's as a fan, I love basketball and I want to see basketball. I want to see, like I said last week, I want to see those guys play. But we get reports of players dropping and players getting COVID and players, I don't know why everybody opt out. It could be whatever reason he wanted to opt out for. It could be whatever his thought process is, whatever it may be.
Family probably.
He could be saving himself for a potential contract, think he come back. Whatever, I'm not thinking about that. But the players that are actually concerned with their health concerns, we cannot be mad at them for not wanting to play basketball. We can't. Because you can be in shape and still get the COVID. It has nothing to do with nothing going on. And like you said, you got Nikola Jokic who got it. Let's say he came back from overseas. Let's say you don't even report everywhere you go, right? Every NBA player might report everywhere they go. They might go to the mall, might go anywhere else, might go put on a mask and go somewhere discreet, whatever it may be. The mask can't even 100% save you from getting the COVID, right? So no, there's no that. I know what you're saying. We can't continue to wait. We have to see
because it's not no right time.
But this ain't the time to see.
Mm-hmm. And I can agree with you on that.
But probably be in October, September, October. That'd be
that's when you will restart, September, October.
I will restart in October. I would just say the season is over with. We're gonna do a whole new season.
Whole new season and restart in October. Okay, all right. Then that's the answer I was looking for. You gotta give me some type of generalization on when you feel that something should continue to go. If I keep hearing just push it back because of the COVID, then when is the right time? Because it's never going to be no right time.
The second wave of the COVID that's hitting right now probably lasts like the first wave for a month and a half, 2 months. We've been on lockdown since April, right? Since March.
March really started in March.
Okay, so April's when they shut shit down though. It's when everybody said we ain't doing it. So May to June. We in June right now. I know it may feel like eternity, but we only in June right now. So being that they said the first wave lasted 2 months, the second wave, if anything, lasts 3 months. We got July, August, September. Come October, we will have a better understanding not only about the disease, about ways to prevent it, about ways to be around where athletes can play and we don't have to worry about the spread as much. Just the smallest of details can change.
Okay.
So
if you saying restarting in October, right? Okay, so most germs and everything, and most people get sick in the wintertime. So I agree with you on when you should restart it, possibly. But then I think about, the second wave, even though you said it's been a second wave, the real second wave coming, and then you got to stop the season again. Because now you're saying, okay, well, everybody's sick. Well, rather than just getting the season over with and then saying maybe that's starting December or January of next year.
They're not going to get the season over. This season's going to be 3 months. This 3 months, bro. That's
what I'm saying. So, but what I'm saying is if they finish this season, they won't start again until December, January, probably, which would probably be a good idea. But if you push it back and then you start playing in October and November and then you got to quit again, you lost out on the whole year. What do you do with contract situations then?
So okay, let's say they start in the end of July, and the second week of August they stop it again because every players get COVID. It doesn't matter. It's the same.
No, I feel you, and I agree with you.
So what I'm saying, the possibility only decreases with more knowledge about what is going on with the disease, what is going on with the COVID and how it's affecting and where it's affecting. What can we do? They put out, just read some shit yesterday, talk about some certain hand sanitizers don't even work for the COVID. Like, come on, like they don't even know what
they don't even know what's going on. So if you don't know, why keep pushing something back? Because time heals everything.
The wintertime people get sick more, right? That is a known fact. Mm-hmm. That means the healthcare providers, everybody's ready for it. We weren't ready for it, right? And even with the one people not ready for, 1.6 million people died in the world because they weren't ready for it, right? Now, even with everything else, the contact in the COVID has went up. The death rate has went down, right? The people are getting it, but the death rate is going down. So therefore, if we push forward into a place where the death rate is becoming obsolete, where people are not dying from it anymore like that, or we have these new medications or whatever is developed to prevent that, then players who may contract the COVID have something to get them better.
But is the death rate going down because we have better technology, or is the death rate going down because they're actually reporting accurate, COVID deaths?
It's both. It's understanding what works. It's understanding what don't works. It's people.
Because if you think about it, at the end of the day, right? If you do the math on it, only 1% of the world is still going to get COVID at the end of the day, because all of the billions of people that live around the world, if there's a 1% chance that you'll get it, and this is where I agree with you. Why athletes shouldn't get it.
My daddy had it.
I know that.
And I'm in the house with him. I'm in there rubbing.
And I respect that.
What's the name? I could have had it. Then I could have went out.
Look, I know that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying, I respect that. I respect everything you're saying, but life has to go on. I mean,
Yeah,
with technology, you can't just say, "Oh yeah, over time it's going to get better because we know more." We don't necessarily. That's not necessarily
how do
true.
we don't? It does that technology work? When technology hasn't got better? When has it
It's
not
go,
got better?
it's going to get better, but if we keep waiting, that doesn't mean it could be a new strand that comes up. It could be so many other things. We won't know for
But
a fact for
you
another
deal
year
with that.
almost.
You deal with that when it comes. I always tell you,
Hmm.
man. You deal with it when it comes, right? Thinking about projecting other diseases and stuff. Or this is what the NBA doing. They think about it as they come. They're not projecting anybody getting sick.
So
This is
just
how
cancel
we
the
gonna
season
take it.
and come back in January. Then that should be. But something has to be said. Don't keep luring these players in.
Why do something has to be done? Why can't the world shut down on sports for just a season? So why we can't just shut down and get better?
Yeah, that's fine. You can shut down and get better, and I agree with you. But it should be some type of mandated time to where don't keep lying to people saying and the players saying the season's going to go. Just shut it down right now.
They can't because they actually want to have a season, right?
Hmm.
So this is not a string along thing, bro. To be honest with you, season's still going on. They haven't even canceled anything yet. It's still officially
Hmm.
gonna happen in the July. Everything's going. And Adam Silver said, "If you want to play, you don't want to play," right? So what he said is that we go get replacement, or you go get free agents. They get to sign a 20-day contract, according to what I was saying, a 20 game contract, and that player is with that team for that run, right? Okay, that. So Lakers get Avery Bradley, J.R. Smith come in. Let's say the Clippers, Lou Will doesn't play. They sign whoever they sign. I don't even know whoever could even be it. I don't even know who free agent is
Jamal
right
Crawford,
now.
maybe.
But Jamal Crawford or something like that, which is better, not than Lou Will, but better than the Lakers signing J.R. Smith for the Lakers.
Yeah, absolutely. I can agree with that.
The thing is that now
Hmm.
you create this season that if someone does win and someone doesn't win, now it's a lot of what ifs, coulda, woulda, shouldas, and a lot of negative shit go towards history, the NBA history on this season alone. Right? One thing we do not want is fabricated winners. Not want no championship that is not, doesn't feel
Authentic.
valid. Right. Even we go
Hmm.
back to the Warriors championships. And even though they try to play KD and say, oh, well, we didn't think that when we knew we should have won. It didn't feel good to us. We knew what it was. We knew we had
He had no
Kevin.
business plan.
And no. I ain't talking about
Oh,
the one with the Achilles. I'm talking about when they won and
okay.
he left, and now the owner or the GM talking about some it didn't feel right when we won with KD, and it didn't feel like a championship to us. It didn't feel like, we knew that we were supposed to have
Hmm.
one because we had KD. So the thing is that you bring that into a situation where, let's say LeBron misses Avery Bradley and other players like the Dwight Howard who say he may not play. That's a big-ass piece. Them two big-ass pieces. He don't play. Kawhi Leonard get his full team outside of maybe Lou Will and Jamal
Well, you
Crawford.
have until today to decide that. So
Maybe.
we just know more information after
Right.
today.
So my thing is that with the potential lineups being switched in the 8-man, 9-man rotation, on top of you rushing these guys to play and to get into kind of game shape and rushing into a postseason, doesn't even feel like it's real. Doesn't even feel
Hmm.
real.
I
Doesn't
feel
even
you.
feel like it's a real season. It doesn't even feel like it's anything that's going to make it better than what's currently going on. All I feel is that I feel like LeBron wants to play because his legacy is the biggest on the line. I feel like the top other athletes want to play because they just want to play basketball. But I don't think these guys really care about it, man. I don't. I think how you secretly your boy want to go somewhere, you don't want to go, but you don't want to let your boy you don't want to go, so you secretly hoping something cancel the plans. This is what this is. These NBA players are hoping something that Adam Silver come in and say no season. I don't think Kyrie Irving had over 100 players agreeing with him. There's only 400 something players in the NBA,
Hmm.
and he had 100 players in a meeting, and they all saying, you know what, we believe and agree with what you're saying. That's 1/4 or 1/3 of the players, man. Right? So if they coming in not even wanting to play, lethargic about playing, knowing they ain't got no championship hopes, knowing they just playing this out just for entertainment, is it gonna be real basketball?
That's a good point.
This
I
is
mean, everything you're saying, I'm agreeing with you. I mean, I can't disagree with anything you're saying. The only thing I'm saying is
entertain, man. I want to watch a passion. I want to watch an art. I want to watch someone love what they do and make it happen. And if we don't have guys doing that, then the NBA season needs to be canceled. Period. If they're not passionate about playing, if they hesitant about playing, they don't want to play, then the NBA season needs to be canceled. Because what's being done, you're going to have a lot of players out there looking lethargic and setting bad examples for these kids in the future that do want to play basketball. You want to play, don't play. You don't play, but at the same time, if you got over 100 players, you know, even if it's 50, 60 players that's in the mix of the 22 teams that's playing, they don't want to play, then what are we playing for?
Mm-hmm.
What are we playing
I just want to know how many players really want to play, though. Do you think it's more players that want to play right now than not want to play?
I think the cats that want to play are the guys that are in a position
to win.
Championship. If you're not in a position to win championship, you have no reason to want to play basketball right now.
Is that selfish in a way?
No, it's not.
Because you expect to still get paid and not complete your job.
If my job had to end because of some natural disaster.
Yeah, and I feel you. But if you have responsibility to play and you ain't been working out and you don't want to play because you ain't been working out, is that right?
Situation. I can't compare that to that because I know me.
But how many players would probably feel that way?
We don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. We don't know.
We don't know. So to say that, oh, okay, we shouldn't say how many players feel like what way? That they're not working out? What you're saying?
And it's a lot of them that they just been working out. They don't want to play. And they're using the COVID for excuse. But like I said, it's a natural disaster.
That's a valid excuse, right? Even if it's a cover-up, it'll get exposed when it get exposed. But they got if you go to school and your stomach hurt, or you get just an excuse for your mama to come pick you up. It may not even really hurt, but it's an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
It's a covered up excuse for what's real. So yeah, I believe some of them don't want to play because they're not in the game shape. And yes, some of them don't want to play because they really enjoying this longer off-season meal with their families. And yes, some of them don't want to play because they feel like the team is the chemistry is going to take however long it takes to get back. But you have the other group of guys who clearly ain't saying nothing about not playing.
Facts.
And they are the ones that make the money. So at the end of the day, we're going to have a season. We just don't know how it's going to look.
But I just don't want to hear any excuses.
You're going to hear excuses.
You're going to hear excuses. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to see.
You're going to hear excuses on both ends.
That's one of the reasons why I don't want to season.
You're going to hear excuses.
Because I don't want a season because it's going to be excuses for whoever wins. For anybody.
And who didn't win. It's going to be excuses for who didn't win.
So, and this is where the time where real hoopers are going to really show up now. Because if we're going to be seeing if you've been working on your game, if you haven't, and even then you still have 2 to 3 weeks to get back in game shape. Still got 2 to 3 weeks to work on your game. I mean, you should have been doing something at the end of the day.
Even if you're doing something, we both know it's not game shape, bro.
It's not. But they're professional athletes.
So they should be it's going to take them as professional athletes to be in shape. It's going to take them to be able to be in game shape still another week or two. And that's how the 8 games is over with.
But it should take them 3 weeks to a month if they working out scrimmaging to get back. You shouldn't be that bad out of shape because there are people like me, for example, that I didn't run. I recently ran for 3 weeks. I ran yesterday, and because I'm in shape, it didn't hurt me as much. But there are kids that I train and that are throwing up because they ain't did nothing. So it depends on what you have and what you haven't been doing.
So look, but that's the thing though. What I'm saying is that you training, you working out keeps you in shape enough to be able to get into shape. You got shape and you got basketball shape, right? You got shape and you have boxing shape. You got shape and you got football shape. Every sport has their own level of physicality that you have to be in, right? So with basketball, if I'm working out with you and working out every day, I'm in shape. But I'm mastering my game and my speed to this pace. Whereas when we gonna play the Lakers, tip-off, LeBron James flying down the goddamn court, and we're not in shape for that. You're not in shape to constantly. You put it like this: you can be in shape, but to be in basketball shape, you have to be in. You have to play the game to actually be in basketball shape. Whether you are playing pick-up basketball with a ref and y'all got some whistles out there and it's going where it's going, or whether you just playing with your boys, you feel the difference whether you just working out and just go play basketball. You feel a big difference in the shape.
If that's the case, then it should be an even playing field for almost every team then.
It's not.
Minus the
LeBron
talent.
James, because you have some teams that didn't even have you have some players that didn't even have facilities to go to. You got some players that had to get basketball rims sent to their house to have a basketball to play basketball at. You got some players who don't have $1 million facility in their house, like LeBron James.
Absolutely.
You got players who also don't have Nike putting billions of dollars into their body like LeBron James. So it's not that, because I think the 3 weeks of the training camp is enough for these guys to get in shape anyway, right? In some way, they're professional athletes, but it does not prepare you for the guy you're playing next. It prepares you for your team. It prepares you for you to get better because you're playing with your team. Damian Lillard, CJ, they're running with their team. They're getting in shape with the team.
Which equates to everybody being on a level playing field.
But
this could help somebody get upset the first round. What if Milwaukee goes home from not being in shape? Do you get exposed?
Milwaukee ain't going home from that.
I'm just using him as an example.
Giannis is in shape. Giannis is in more shape.
We know that, but I'm just using them as an example for upsets. I mean, so next year
I don't see no upsets.
Yeah, I feel
if you're in the top 5 seed and you lose anything outside the top 5, not an upset.
It depends, because what if Dallas got Toronto first round? Is that an upset?
No, because Toronto's gonna beat their ass. That's why.
I wouldn't say it would be their ass. I wouldn't say that, but
they gave Dallas their worst home loss. They gave Dallas one of their worst home losses this season.
Okay, that's one game. It's a regular season.
No, it's matchups, bro.
And the Bulls swept the Heat 4-0 and lost 4-1. What that means nothing.
That when they swept the Bulls 4-0, they weren't supposed to beat the Heat 4-0. When I told you when they got in the playoffs and they played the Heat, I told you they was gonna lose to the Heat. And I told you that. It doesn't matter what you do in the season. Right, I get that, but what it shows is the matchup. The games the Bulls beat the Heat on, the Heat had the opportunity to win the game. Dallas don't match up well with them. You got Luka, you got Porzingis, who may be where he needs to be at, right? And that's cool, but you got a team that just won a championship that has I probably got the second best coach.
Now, I'm not saying they would beat them. I'm just saying that could happen. That could happen. They don't have Kawhi Leonard anymore. I mean, it's a different situation.
No need Kawhi. Pascal Siakam is just not nicer than Kawhi, but he's nice enough to beat the Dallas Mavericks. I'm not saying he's nicer than Kawhi. I don't think they beating the Bucks. I don't think they beat the better teams that we mentioned. But what him being an all-star, Kyle Lowry being an all-star, Serge Ibaka doing, all these guys should be able to beat the Mavericks. But it could happen. It can happen. But the Mavericks' problem is they only got 2 players. And that's been their problem. And that's why they tethering back and forth between that 7th, 8th, 9th spot throughout the season. Because,
they do have the number 1 offensive rating of all time, though.
Yeah, because you have
fast-paced offense.
That's it. That's nothing. The Rockets just had that same record last year. Like we don't know who's gonna get it next year. The Warriors had it 2 years before that, right? So it changes, it fluctuates. And I know Luka is nice, but I don't know if he's ready for playoff.
For playoff basketball, exactly. We agree on that.
Against the Raptors at that time.
Exactly.
So, but upsets can happen. It most likely will occur, and we just got to see which way they occur. I'm just not sure if we should have a season based upon that every other hour we're hearing about an NBA player.
And I agree with you on that. I agree.
And so we don't know who don't have it right now before they even come to us. And because like I told you, my father had it, and he didn't even know he had it for the time frame that he had until he got real bad. And then I'm like, yo, I'm asking him, damn, you might got the Rona going. What's up with you? You feel me? I'm like, damn. And he go to the doctor and realize what he realizes. And I'm this close, right? This close to my father, this close to my kids, this close to my niece, this close to my mom. Everybody's around. And by the grace of God, nobody got sick because my dad did a great job of keeping himself isolated, knowing that he wasn't feeling well. So the thing is that you have NBA players who may get the COVID, and that shit feel like nothing but a cold to them because their immune systems are strong. They're getting hydrated, vitamins, they're getting fluids, they're getting shit in them. So they might feel like it's nothing. Oh, I'm good, because I felt this way, but then the next day I felt cool because you don't have to have the symptoms, and if your body and your immune system is strong enough, you will not be bad as everybody else's. They go in there, they play a game. He got it. 4 more motherfuckers got it. 4 more people got it. 4 more people got it. Right? I'm not the thing is that it can happen in October, and that can happen in January. It can happen anytime. But it gives them a real time to prep for it. We ain't been prepped for this, man.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't prepped for this. You got people outside, still go outside. They're not wearing no masks, man. They're not prepped for it. You got half the population don't even believe that it's real, right? They're not prepped for this. They're not. So we need to become more prepped. And I think that the only way we can be more prepped is with time. Because obviously we're not in the time. We're not. And then on top of everything that's going on with the police stuff, police brutality, on top of all of that, on top of all of this, with people, with your top athletes getting COVID, obviously they're not unreachable if they're getting COVID. You got $1 million, you shouldn't even be getting COVID, right? You got a meal ticket, what are you getting COVID for? Because it don't matter, you don't know. Nothing is known right now. We in a season of unknown right now. And the only way we're gonna see what's gonna happen is with time. And I will be happy for the players to play despite the COVID. But if we got players, I want to say top players. If we have rotational players that are top 7, 8 rotational on your team, and you got 2 or 3 of these guys don't want to play, and you putting in some guys that ain't played ball all year, you think it ain't gonna be no excuses? It's gonna be a lot of excuses. It's gonna be a lot of excuses, and those excuses will be valid. I won't clown LeBron James if he doesn't win.
I mean, nobody should.
If he's missing certain players.
But we also shouldn't tarnish people's legacies if they do win at the end of the day. Because you can say the same thing about a lockout season as well.
I think whoever wins, wins.
Whoever wins, wins. That's how I should feel.
I don't think it's gonna be no big brag or clap on the shoulder, clap on the back for. It's gonna be all right. We got us a winner for the season. Let's go on to the next. I don't even if LeBron was to win, even if the Lakers were to win, I don't think that it would be a point where it's like
you don't feel like using the Lakers as an example. You don't feel like Pat Bev feels in a certain way that, okay, this is our time to win. We should win this year. We know we're gonna win this year. And then next year the Lakers go ahead and get Bradley Beal. And then now you ain't winning nothing with the Clippers. So you don't think that?
I don't know that because the Clippers, all the Clippers, absolutely. Big man. They get him a big man. They damn near unbeatable.
I'm just giving an example. So maybe some players feel that way. I mean, Giannis might feel that way. He has a contract coming up. He may want to play because he's saying this is the best year to win a championship in Milwaukee. Maybe he don't want to leave Milwaukee, but maybe he might be forced to leave Milwaukee because of the situation.
Those teams I just named you they all think the same way. This is their best chance to win one. It is. It is. It's the best chance for the Rockets, the Lakers, the Clippers, the Bucks, and the Boston Celtics to win a championship. Because you all you have to do is click. Right? You don't have to be the better team this time. You can just be the team that got the best chemistry. And you can win a ship. Like the tournament, like the NCAA tournament. You just got hot. Right? Instead of the normal way, when the playoffs come, the last 10 games of the season, everybody get into a certain type of mindset. Everybody get going leading to the playoffs. Boom. The best team normally wins that because the best team is prepared for it. Now, these guys haven't been in the same room with each other for in how long? They haven't even worked out with each other in how long? So, yeah, all those teams want to play because this is their best chance to win the championship. At the same time, your best player can get COVID and your team cannot make nothing at the same time. That best player can get COVID and pass away or go home and bring it to his mom and his daddy and they pass away. Right? It's not worth that. It's not worth that. And I didn't have this same perspective last episode because we weren't hearing about 5, 6 players getting COVID overnight like that. Right?
Yeah, I feel you.
Now the perception changes because now we hearing every other player getting COVID out of the blue or don't want to play or getting COVID. Like, damn, I thought y'all wanted to hoop. Obviously they don't, bro. And if I was an NBA player, I'm hooping because I don't care. I'm from Inglewood, Chicago. I didn't survive way worse than COVID. I don't care about none of that. But at the same time, I'm one person. I don't represent the whole league. So what we finna have right now going to this NBA season, we finna have half of the guys want to play, half the guys playing because they need a check, and the other half of the guys playing because they really want to play. That's not fun. It's not fun.
No, I agree.
The NBA season before this COVID shit hit was getting ready to be the best basketball season we have seen in a long
time.
At least 5 years. at least 5 years. I could say it was the best where I'm going into this thinking like,
It's unpredictable.
somebody, right, one injury away and this shit can change the whole thing. The dynamic of even the lower seeds, I was looking forward to seeing them play. Looking forward to seeing Dallas. Looking forward to see the Kings compete for that 8th spot. I was looking forward to it.
Do you think that the NBA should adopt this 1-16 playoff format for next year?
Should be permanent. You can't do it one time and not make it permanent.
I'm saying if they don't play this year, should they?
If they don't play this year, then they might keep it the same. They might not change it. But since the NBA is going to play, these guys are going. They're going to play. Like it's going to be some guys missing, but like I told you, as long as those guys, those top 10 guys playing, nothing else really matter, right? Because they're gonna get the money, gonna get the jersey set, and do whatever they need. Being that these guys will play, I just don't see what outside of the NBA championship trophy, which is going to have a big asterisk next to it anyway. I don't see the benefit of us starting immediately. I'd have been cool with us waiting until the summer was over. Just that alone, right? But it is what it is. We're going to have a season. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to be excited. I'm going to watch as many basketball games as I can. You already know how I am anyway. At the same time, I feel like it's not going to be what I'm accustomed of growing up and loving about the playoffs, man, which is the passion and desire.
I guess we just gotta wait and see. Just gotta wait and see. That's it.
That's it. Well, that closes out our episode of More Than a Game today. Again, we just talking about what's going on with the NBA. Should it be a season? Should it not be a season? Let us know what you think. Let us guys know what you believe in. Some of you might have some people that are attracted to COVID like myself, and some of you might think that this whole numbers are screwed and we need to get on with life and forget it. Whatever it is, you ain't right, you ain't wrong. It's all opinions. And feel free to express yourself, man. Again, it's your boy Ron. I'm on the court side, Ross. Man, we holler at y'all later. Peace.
Peace.
It's cool. How long was that? I don't know.